Opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line.
Let's go. They're on 27-yard line.
Here we go, here we go. 10-2 stop.
You gonna get this, boy? You think you gonna get this?
Five.
Now the former Terrapin, this is Ty Johnson. And able to stay on his feet past the 30 to about the 33-yard line. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Let's go.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
58, echo.
All day, defense, all day, all day. Mike 54, Mike 54. All day, baby, all day, all day.
Stay grip.
Now it's Wilson. Complete. It's Johnson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
Yeah,
they?
when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
A first down carry here for Johnson. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
Watch the screen.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. But I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Ready? 60 outlaw.
Check, watch 54, watch 54. Check the outs, check the outs.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
Let's get it.
At the Cowboys' 46-yard line.
Set up. 15 line it. 15 line.
Check pass, check pass. Hey, one set. Check.
Hey, Haywood.
54. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Let's go.
Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He finds his man Johnson. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. And boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a first down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. If you make the stop there, maybe you hold them to 3 on this opening drive. They didn't get the stop.
Yeah, new set of downs now. Now you're worried about, just as you pointed out, not just giving up 3, possibly giving up 6. Let's see what they decide to do here, because they've got to change up what they have been doing. It hasn't been working.
A pretty good-looking run there on first down. That'll go for 9 yards, just short of the line to gain. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
Right there.
Second and the yard at the 23-yard line.
The last run got 9. That leaves them with second and a yard.
Here we go.
Well, they'll run it here on the jet sweep, and that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And all of a sudden here, it's third down.
Ready. 90 Wolf. Hey, Wahoo.
57 to
Let's go.
57 to Mike. Switch up. 57 to Mike. 57 to Mike.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Oh, it's a touchdown if he holds on. Instead, it's fourth down.
Chances are good he's going to be a very busy guy. 2 catches already in this opening drive, and they were looking his way for a third.
I think they put this defense on notice that could be a really, really frequent combination. Catanzaro's kick is good. And the Lions are going to take a 3-0 lead. Able to move the ball on that drive. Yes, just 3 points, but 4 first downs were in there.
Yeah, and you can look at it and feel pretty good about the whole thing and think, okay, this should continue throughout this ball game. On the flip side, if you're a defender, it's almost like, whew, we only gave up 3. They moved the ball on us pretty well.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21.
You got nothing.
Now a give, right side. Elam. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Prescott. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off.
Let's go, D. Let's go.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Who that?
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
3 bucks.
Now a give, right side. Elam. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
51. Hey, we're pretty quiet, D. We're pretty quiet.
Hey, 47.
From the 35 on second down, Prescott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there. His 9th touchdown of the season, and the Cowboys have taken the lead. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. On second down, Johnson. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's good for the Lions. First down. First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
After 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Second quarter action now from Detroit, and it's the homestanding Lions who have the football as they've got it with a first and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10.
Orbit.
One set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down.
Hey, check Mike. Watch it, you find.
Go.
Now it's Wilson. Looking deep downfield. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Have to give a lot of credit to the defense on that play. They were prepared. Ordinarily, when they take the big shot downfield to the big guy, that's usually a mismatch that the offense is used to winning. But the preparation showed for the defense, and they were able to bat it away.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Mike's by 4. Mike's by 4. Watch the run.
Hey, Foxtrot. There.
From the gun, it's Wilson. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth.
It's fourth down.
And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on 4th down. They run. It's Johnson. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Here we go, go to 54, go to 54, right in. Here we go, go to 54, right in.
Here I come. Mike, check.
Kill.
No chance.
On 1st down, Elam. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Lions' 37-yard line.
Here we go, 46.
Check 59, Mike. Mike is 59. Mike the 50.
26.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Prescott. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And not only did he drop it, he dropped it in the end zone. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Mike 59. Let's go, D. We got to step it up. Mike 59.
47.
Watch the slam.
26.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. 2 first-half touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time out, went for it on 4th down, turned it over, gave them great field position, turned into 6 points, so they've got to recover here, Charles.
It's amazing what one decision can do in the chain of events, right? The decision to go for it on 4th down, it caused every bit of it, but it showed confidence. Hey, I've got confidence in you guys. Go pick it up for them. Didn't happen. Also showed confidence in the defense. They didn't pick up their end of the bargain, so now they've got to come back out and start over and rebuild that confidence.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Hey, watch that. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. Check. Mike 54. Mike 54.
Ready.
Now Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
But he kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
The Lions on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Mike, hey, Delta.
Right there in the middle.
Wilson now. From the gun, he'll throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? Zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Let's go, boys. Let's go.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now give, right side. Elam. Shaquille Griffin in on the stop defensively.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest game, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
On second down, Elam gets through, and now an opening. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. His 17th touchdown now on the season. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It's been very much a slow start for them. 3 drives and just the 3 points, CD.
Yeah, if you're into the points per drive ratio, that answer is 1. And that's not going to get it done in a ball game.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. To throw is Wilson, eluding the pressure right. Now he's going to throw it deep to the other side of the field, and that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 46. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory.
Here we go.
Check, 59.
Then we're going to 53.
Mike 59. Mike 59.
26.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Hey, Zoo.
Mike 55. Check, 55.
5.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case, never even had a chance. They popped the ball free in the backfield.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great effort there. His 2nd TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. That's fielded in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Well, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
Right there. 54. Right there. Right there.
Hey, Alpha. Check right. Check the go.
From the 24, Wilson. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hawkinson. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
A 2-yard pickup brings up third.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
Yeah.
All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. On third down, Wilson. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. They were looking for Johnson that time.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
They'll run on first down. Elam, and he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there. And they'll get this down to the 10. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on first and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Moore, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30.
Let's go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity.
And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
Let's go,
Prescott on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 16 and the Dallas first down.
Hey, kill. 26.
Prescott looks to throw on first. And this will be incomplete. physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Definitely worth taking another deep shot here. He's already found the end zone twice here in the first half.
Yeah, go back to that same well. They've had trouble containing him, but able to contain him on that play. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cowboys. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott as his guys continue to pour it on.
I heard a coach talk about those late-in-the-half scores, especially ones that give your team a pretty decent cushion. He said those could be the ones that can finish off a squad if you let them.
Yeah, they've got the cushion. This half has been theirs. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, look at the clock here. You're inside of a minute. First half hasn't gone that well for you. How are you going to play this drive?
Well, I've been told by my coaches previously that the intelligent approach, go ahead and run out the clock and start over. Don't make any more mistakes. But there's also something to understanding that you get this last drive here. You get the ball to start the second half. Try and go 2 for 1 here. Get some points now and come out of the locker room and get more points again and get your momentum really built up.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
Ready, ready.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we've reached halftime here. The Cowboys will get the football first here, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in quarter 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep. He juked him, and he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They'll keep it on the ground. Elam takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
We own them. Sponge, sponge, sponge. No, no, no.
On third down, Elam. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59. So we got man. Mike.
On first and 10, Prescott. And he fires one that's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that.
happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. The previous run, good for 9. Here's 2nd and a yard. They go to Johnson again. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, it's Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. It's a 6-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 2nd and long.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Watch the curls. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Smooth.
Here we go, D.
Wilson. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Wilson. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Read it well, and it's picked. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it, and that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24.
You can't block me.
Everybody, kill.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
26.
Here's Prescott. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 12 yards there and a 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Just what you want on a 1st down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. On 2nd down now, Elam. Credit the tackle to Darius Slay.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stopped that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Here's Prescott. Got his target, Samuel. And it's going to be another 1st down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 29-yard line.
47.
1st down, Prescott letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott now 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is An offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. On second down and 4, Wilson. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Operating from the gun, Wilson. He's going to air one out. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Here comes Grant on the return.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
At their own 37-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. Touchdown, Cowboys. A big play there with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Now, you talk about the dominating rushing performances that you and I have seen together. This has got to be right up there. His 4th touchdown run of the game and another long one to boot.
And I don't need to ask for a witness because you're right here with me. We are watching this, and we're watching such a performance that is demoralizing for anyone on defense. You know, it starts out coaches screaming, "Tackle him, get him." And after that last touchdown, I bet it's pure silence on that side of the ball.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory.
It's a foot race. He's at the 50. He's at the 30. 20. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Ty Johnson, an 80-yard touchdown. And it's for pride now, but the Lions do get a bit closer. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. That's complete, right around the 8. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now at Ford Field. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York? And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Devin White, what a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Even. 4th down. Henry. Mike 51. Mike 51. And here we go.
Throwing on second and long. Prescott. Going for Hurd on the deep ball. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way down to the 39. A big play here for Dallas. 48 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Elam. And an alley to run. Touchdown, Cowboys. A great effort there. His 21st touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. Extra point by Marr, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
They can't hang with us. Jack!
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
54. Mike, 54. Wants to run. Ready.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Wilson. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Here's Sam Martin now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returnable for Grant. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They're going to need some therapy after this.
Prescott from the gun. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. They're still throwing the football here. Obviously, the incompletion stops the clock. That's a bad thing.
Feels to me like they're just keeping them honest on defense because you know they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and try and stop any type of a running play. Short little passes may work in exchange of running plays. Keep the clock moving, keep them moving.
Yeah, I guess you're right. If they can get some 1st downs, just as good as running the football. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long.
59. Mike's 59. Check tight, check tight. Check tight. Mike's 5'9".
Here go 46.
Watch the curl, watch the curl, watch the curl. Mike, check. 59.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. And he couldn't hang on. Almost an interception there defensively. Instead, it brings up 4th.
He's got to be kicking himself right there. His team's already picked off 2 passes. That would have been the 3rd in the game. And, boy, they've really played well attacking the football.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked so well, and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3-and-out.
Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10. And now here's a carry heading left. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
Okay, ready?
Mike's 5-4. Mike's 5-4. Record.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there, first down.
It's a gain of 11. That's another Detroit Lions.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Johnson, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and it'll be 2nd and 11.
Hey, wahoo! Yo, go!
Now Wilson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
Now.
3rd and long, it's Wilson. Looks to throw, fires right side. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down. Here's Sam Martin now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is fielded at the 7. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. These guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game, and that's always puzzled me a little bit.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. Elam. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down.
First down, Dallas.
It's our time. It's our time. Shift.
Hey, kill. 26.
They'll run on first down. Elam. And another mistake here defensively as a flag is down on the tackle, and that's going to tack on 15 more. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. First and 10.
Kill.
Shift.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Let's go, boy. Let's go.
Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Cowboys, the win will move them to 7-2 now on the year. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Philly to take on the Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Lions, they'll lose an important one here as that drops them to 5-4 on the season. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.